Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another SlamTube. I am James Phoenix. With me is Chris the Mole,
Hello.
and today we are talking about the return of the Elimination Chamber 2017. Just ended, SmackDown exclusive this time, and quite a show, if I say so myself.
You
We'll
do
open.
say so yourself.
I do. We'll open up with the pre-show. Mojo Rawley took on and defeated Kurt Hawkins in a match that nobody cared about. Apparently, they were talking smack on Twitter that resulted in a match, I guess. No, fair enough. The actual pay-per-view opened up with Becky Lynch versus Mickie James, which was a good match. It's about what I expected.
Yeah, that was a good match.
Yeah. Did what I needed to do. Wasn't a lot of stakes on the line. It was just, two women wrestle. That's good. That's good that they make time for that. I mean, if you compare that secondary women's feud to what's been going on with Nia and Sasha, I feel like they've been doing the SmackDown one better.
They had kind of. This is tied to the same feud, but it's more of the. I know you'd call it, but yeah, it was fun. It was a good match, and yeah, not every match needs something like a title, but it was
Yeah.
just fun.
Indeed. It's a good start. Then we opened up with Kalisto and Apollo Crews, or should we followed up rather, with Kalisto and Apollo Crews taking on Dolph Ziggler in a handicap match. That almost wasn't a handicap match, but Ziggler jumped Kalisto during his entrance and threw him into the stage signing. And Kalisto was out for a large portion of the match until he managed to limp back to the ring and then immediately no-sell his back injury.
Yep.
This one's a bad. I like that they gave Apollo Crews a chance to shine, and Dolph did a good job with him in the ring, and they really they left it out there. And Kalisto did a good job once he came down there too. I didn't like the fact that he was like barely walking, starting the back, and then all of a sudden he was doing like springboard shit. But
Which is one of the many faults with that style that everyone now considers wrestling.
yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's still
But
entertaining to watch. And Apollo Crews did get a big win, which is good for him. And they still made Dolph look strong by assaulting them both after the match, specifically attacking Apollo Crews' ankle with a steel chair, crunching it on his ankle twice.
Yep, and as I've been trying to say the whole time, of when he threw him into the stage, which now the time's passed, it's also worth noting the Titantron broke, which adds coolness to the effect.
I didn't even realize that.
It broke in two places. Once where his foot hit and where his back hit too, like two little parts broke, which adds to the effect. That's cooler.
That does. I'm wondering if that was supposed to happen or not.
I assume so, because to be fair, it was the Minitron in the doorway thing as you go in there, and and it was only like two little pieces broke, but it still looked cool up close, and far away didn't look like it hurt it, so that's cool.
Fair enough. Yeah, they did a good job with this, having it make sense. Now, admittedly, one could argue that it made Apollo Crews look weak that he needed Kalisto to beat Dolph Ziggler, which makes Ziggler look strong by comparison, which is good. But either way, it was still entertaining to watch, and all three guys did a good job.
Yeah, the match was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular, because I will admit the best part was Dolph throwing him into him, running into the ring. The rest of it was just sort of existing.
Yeah. It was fun to watch, though.
No.
Yeah. And then we move on to the SmackDown Tag Team Turmoil Championship match.
Another match, a matchup which I'd say didn't need to happen. Because as I was talking to the Fallen Angel at the beginning of it, I pointed out this should have just been a tag team chamber match. Because going into it before this happened, we all knew American Alpha would win. American Alpha won. Nothing was accomplished. Besides, oh no, the Usos look slightly vicious. You could have done that in a million other ways.
True. Yeah, they could have done like a chamber. Tag team chamber would have been interesting to see. That would have been entertaining. But and the way they did it was kind of cool. The turmoil, gauntlet style. That was still fun to watch. And to be honest, I know some people were thinking that the Usos might pick up the victory. And when the Ascension came out after that massive beatdown, I thought, wow, maybe they're actually going to push the Ascension. This will be like unprecedented. But American Alpha did come back, which was cool, and it did make them look strong, which is great. But I thought there was definitely a possibility of a couple other teams winning there. So, I mean, nobody thought Breezango was going to win, but still, there was possibility there. So
I'd have to say, who the hell thought the Usos would win?
I'll give you 3 guesses. The first 2 don't count.
The only reason I say that is the whole pre-show was filled with all of them telling us the Usos would win. The whole match was filled with all the commentators in agreement that the Usos were the threat here and the Usos were going to win. Kind of like they did with Undertaker right before the streak. Kind of like they did with Nikki Bella right before she lost the title. Kind of like they do every single time it's going to be someone loses. So if there's mixed reaction across the board, fair enough. But all one saying it, it's like, no.
Well, all in fairness, JBL was changing his pick to win every time somebody got eliminated.
Yeah, but it was still strong that they kept doing it through the whole thing. And earlier in the night, they kept saying Usos.
Fair enough.
So it was like, it was like, no.
Okay. I would have been interesting to see new champions. But American Alpha's doing a good job, so props to them. They get to retain and continue on, and probably take those belts to WrestleMania and get a WrestleMania moment, and that'll be good for them.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't have minded the Usos winning. I was just saying with the commentators doing that, it wouldn't have been. It was like, no.
Indeed. All right. So following that, we had Nikki Bella versus Natalya in a match that ended in a double countout.
Which I'm gonna go on the record as saying, which people may disagree on, match of the night.
It was really good. I agree with you on that.
This match actually told a story in the ring, which people overlook, but it actually told a story in the ring because you saw how Nikki's improved. She used loads of stuff in her arsenal she doesn't normally use. You saw
I like how she busted at that STF look at submission. That was cool.
Yeah, the fearless lock, I believe they kept calling it.
Oh, is that okay? That'll work.
That's what they now call it when she does it. But yeah,
nice.
And Natalya kept doing her arsenal, and it wasn't enough to put Nikki away. So it's like, okay, you can kind of see where it's going. And at the end, Natalya just got frustrated that Nikki was on her level, and look what happened. And that's cool. That tells a story. That's what we need. We need more stories.
And then she jumped her backstage and kept it going.
Yeah.
So that was really good. That was well done, and hopefully they continue that feud into. Well, for a few, like I said, there's been rumors about what Nikki Bella will be doing at WrestleMania, but if they keep this feud going and them fight at WrestleMania, I'd be okay with that.
Yep.
So, following that match, we then had the settling the internal feuding of the now and I guess former Wyatt family of Randy Orton versus Luke Harper.
Which was just weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good, and the ending of the RKO from definitely somewhere was ridiculous.
Yeah. I like when Luke Harper cut his promo the other night at SmackDown. I'm like, okay, he's good on the microphone. They should give this guy a chance. But I feel like his ability on the microphone is being hindered by the fact that they're still sending him out here with this, the beard and the look he's always had that the people has unfortunately started saying mediocre because that's what he's always been. And the fact that I think that finisher of his is a piece of shit, and I think he needs a new one.
Yep.
I think if they give him a new look and a new finisher, he could be really good.
Yeah, to be fair, he's only left the Wyatts for like a week.
Yeah, but he also left the Wyatts once before, and we saw what happened there.
Yeah, but he was with someone. But it's a case if he's only left the Wyatts for a week, it'd be silly if he came out with a completely new look now.
I know, but I'd say not a completely new look, but maybe if he, maybe just he cut it, he cut the beard and hair or something, just something to show differentiation, or maybe if he at least, even if he kept the look, if he had used a new move, that would have been cool.
We don't even know if he's out the Wyatts yet properly. Based on what happened and how the rest of the night goes, you can see him playing a part in those two's feud.
True.
So it's like, yeah, I don't see him being completely done at this point.
Okay. Well, we'll see where that goes. I do like Luke Harper, and I think he's got skills. I think he's just, by virtue of the gimmick he was brought up with, and what has become embedded in people's minds as Luke Harper. I think it's holding it back a little bit. But I think if he does fully separate from the Wyatts and they give him a chance with some changes, I think he could really be successful.
Yep. He could be.
Then we had Naomi versus Alexa Bliss in the SmackDown Women's Championship match. And can somebody please explain to me how we're justifying giving Naomi a title?
And I'm going to go twofold with this. As I was mentioning to someone earlier, this match wasn't very, well, threefold probably, but this match wasn't very good.
No.
I will admit Naomi has improved in the ring and totally deserves a title match and totally deserves a title.
Okay.
She shouldn't have got it tonight. For one reason.
What's that?
The only reason it looks like they've put the belt on her is it's Black History Month, and every Black History Month at a pay-per-view, someone who's African American gets a title or gets some major storyline thing at, you know what I mean? And then they suddenly go back to where they were like a month or two earlier. And it's a case of, well, she kind of deserves it. If you put the title on her like a month sooner or a month afterwards, she could actually get the respect she would deserve. Even the crowd were like, "You deserve it." Yeah, and it's like,
that's true.
She's been around for a while. She's kind of improved in the ring. I can understand putting a title on her.
And she's done really well with this glow gimmick that she's come up with too. People love seeing her come out and do the glow dance, and she's really gotten that over. And admittedly, despite tonight the fact that Alexa seemed like she was a little too far out from the turnbuckle, her new moonsault finisher is very good.
Kind of. Yeah, that's one of the few things she does keep messing up. Because not just on Alexa, but other people, she's botched it before now.
I think she should go back to, I understand there's the risk of if she doesn't do it right, she could seriously injure somebody, but the move that I use in 2K17 that she originated, that head scissor DDT, that was really impressive. I think they should work on getting her to safely use that, because that's a really impressive finisher. Just in my opinion. That's why I use it as one of my signatures now. It replaced the other moves I used to use because I love that move.
It was pretty good. But like I said, yeah, she's improved. But I feel like people are going to assume she only won the title because it's Black History Month, and if she loses it within a couple of months, which is easily going to happen, because I could see Becky winning it back at WrestleMania or something. It's a case of it kind of cheapens the fact she deserves it.
It does. Although they were hyping it. The way they were hyping it was, Naomi gets to take the belt home and defend it in her hometown of Orlando for WrestleMania. So that's another angle. So that's cool.
Yep.
And then we had the Elimination Chamber, which I thought was fucking awesome.
I'm going to say something which a lot of fans won't say.
Okay.
The chamber was a hell of a lot better designed than it's been in any previous year.
Yes.
The reason why is multiple. One, padding on the floor. Two, the chains look like they got rubber on them. And with the slimline look, it looks more in line with the cage and the Hell in a Cell, so it's got like a certain WWE vibe to it now. And it just looks more clean-lined. But the fact that they've put the safety stuff in place means you're less likely to get someone injured every Elimination Chamber. Because let's face it, every time there's been a chamber, someone's got injured and something needed to happen. Either get rid of the match altogether or completely, you know what I mean, or fix it like they seem to have done.
Yeah, and the other thing to notice is that the construction of the pods, you'll note that when Baron Corbin threw Dean Ambrose through that pod, it wasn't like breakaway glass like it's been in the past. It was just a plexiglass that came out when he fell through. And the move still looked really impressive and got an "oh" from the crowd, but Dean Ambrose didn't get hurt.
Yep, although that's not new.
Oh, it's not.
The plexiglass has been there for a couple of years because we kept making fun of it every time there's a chamber of. Do you remember when that was bulletproof glass, not flimsy plexiglass?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Fair enough.
Goldberg would have shattered it.
Yeah, it still worked, and I like the structure. I'm hoping they bring back the chamber in 2K18 since they don't have it this year. Now that they brought it back.
Yep, they had the chamber this year. They just didn't have the pay-per-view.
No, they didn't have the chamber at all.
I thought they had a chamber.
No, they didn't have a chamber because they were only at the pay-per-view, and they didn't. It's not in the 2K17 video game either because it hadn't been used. They had removed the pay-per-view.
I knew the pay-per-view style hadn't been there for a couple of years on the game, but I thought the chamber was in there last year.
I don't know if the game handed from. I don't know. Maybe I didn't think the chamber was in there, but I could be wrong.
But I hope we
Maybe the
get
match was
the
in
new
there.
one.
Maybe.
Yeah, I hope we get the new one.
Yeah, that would be cool. I like the square structure, and the other thing is it seemed like it seemed like it was set up in such a way that. And yeah, like I said, one thing I didn't like the panning on the outside was really good because then they could do moves like if in the old style of the chamber, Dean Ambrose had done that thing where he lifted AJ like 9 feet in the air and planted it back first on that, he would have been injured as shit in the old chamber. But now they can do cool moves like that because they got padding.
Yep. Although they kept doing moves like that last time, which is why people got injured. And which is stupid as hell.
Yeah,
It was like after
3
chambers of people being injured, you think they would have learned, but no, they didn't.
No. But it was a very good match. I liked all the guys got to look strong at varying points. Dean Ambrose came in and cleaned house. AJ and Cena started out real good and stayed strong through the match. Baron Corbin got to get his big moment. They launched what I presume will be a Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose Intercontinental title feud, and I'm very okay with that.
Yep.
I will watch the hell out of that.
Isn't that a continuation?
Were they fighting already?
Oh no, it was Miz and Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Which I think Miz will still be involved based on the fact he's the one who pinned him, but I wasn't too sure.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me if they'd have like a triple threat thing going on. That would work.
But I will say.
But then again, they're supposedly pushing Miz into whatever they're going to do with him and Daniel Bryan. So.
Yeah, I will say this matchup though, kind of weird. I knew who'd win, but for the wrong reasons.
Okay.
Before the chamber matchup, when I was talking to like Fallen Angel and stuff, I mentioned to him that I thought Cena was probably going to win. Because it was starting to look like, okay, mate. I was thinking maybe they're doing all of this, some of the stuff like they're doing to make it look like it's so obvious it's going to be Bray v Orton, that a lot of the smart fans, like they've done in the past, would be like, it's definitely them. Oh wait, no, it's Cena v Orton. So I thought maybe they were going that route, and then the matchup began, and I thought Bray Wyatt's winning for the wrong reason.
Okay.
I saw someone crawl underneath Dean Ambrose's pod who looked just like Eric Rowan. I'm like, oh, Bray's winning this. Eric Rowan's coming out. And then he didn't come out, and I'm like, oh, okay. Bray won, but where the fuck's Eric Rowan? And like Kage said, that might have just been a tech guy. I was like, it could have been, but it looked like Eric Rowan. And I'm like, that's horrible. Because I was sat there the whole time thinking, if this is Eric Rowan, they've completely ruined this match. It's probably Eric Rowan, because I know what that fucking Kevin Dunn's camera cuts are like.
Yep.
But
overall, I thought it was really enjoyable. Everybody had a lot of great moments here and there. They really built up the excitement. They did that big thing where Cena got pinned, and that was going to be more like, wow, so we know we have a new champion. The commentators sold it well, and everybody just did a great job in this match. And I thought it was really really great to watch, and I thought it was entertaining.
It was, although I will say, two small things.
Okay.
One, the phenomenal forearm into the Sister Abigail looked fucking awesome. That looked really cool, and the Sister Abigail to AJ looked just vicious.
Yeah.
Second thing I will say though is, as much as like I said, I think Cena deserves his 16-time champion, his 16 championships, and if you don't think Cena kind of deserves, and you're like, boo, no, boo, Cena, you're probably that's one of those fucking smarks, but the bad kind, if that makes sense. It's like, no. However, what the hell was the point at this point? The last two in the matchup was AJ versus Bray. If AJ had beat Cena, it would have still been AJ v Bray.
Yep.
So Cena's equaling the record kind of feels cheap now. Which
because
there was a year build up for it, and I wanted to see him actually get it.
Yeah, and it's his 16th reign, which just as a transitional champion, that does kind of hurt the legacy of it, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's weird because now I mean, when he'll probably win it again to beat the record, but then part of me's like I said, a year's build up. I kind of think in some ways he deserves it. I'm not saying he's the best wrestler out there, he's not, but I think in some ways he's kind of deserved it. And it's a case of it's now a transitional thing. That's just weird. It seems like weird booking, especially if you're gonna make the last two the person Cena beat versus this guy. It's like what?
Yeah, that was a little weird.
But still,
I'll admit, part of me was kind of hoping Baron Corbin would win this just because he's kind of been on a roll, and I think he's in. But I understand putting him in an Intercontinental title feud. That's going to be great too. But I was thinking they might give it to Baron Corbin, but they didn't.
I could see that. I don't think he's ready for that yet, but I could see him doing it.
Hmm.
I'm kind of glad they didn't, only because I point you to Sheamus. I don't mean how Sheamus is now before no one makes those jokes. Sheamus's first WWE title run, when he just burst onto the scene straight from ECW, took out Triple H and won the title. I didn't like him. And not because he was a heel, but because he was kind of really fucking green
Hmm.
and kind of shit. Then eventually, when he got the title another time, I was like, okay, now I'm behind Sheamus. Now he's ready for this. So I
Fair
feel like
enough.
if Baron Corbin waits, he can be a great champion, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. And I wasn't sure it would be a situation like the triple threat on Raw back at back at the beginning of the year, as it were. Back around the draft when after Balor got injured and they like, oh, who's going to win the title, and nobody thought it was going to be Kevin Owens, and then it was Kevin Owens, and they let him run with it. And it's been great.
Yeah. Well, it's been there.
Yeah, well, with Jericho's help, it's been acceptable.
Jericho's been entertaining, but in the worst way.
Ah,
Because he's a heel, yet he's constantly acting like a face. Like I'm saying, he's milking the pops and the cheapness away a face would, which makes him a really shit heel.
well, I think the reason is because he's slowly turning. Because I think the idea is going to be that at some point between now and Mania, Owens is going to drop the belt, and he and Owens are going to have a match at Mania.
Yeah, but I don't mean now. I mean even from the very beginning when he kept
Oh,
doing the, what is it? What is it? What is it? Looking around so the crowd say, he goes, "You just made the list." So he's doing the catchphrases and he's doing the play along with the crowd stuff too much. That while he's entertaining, he's not. It kind of hurts that he's a heel, if that makes sense.
true.
And none of Owens' matches have been good in this role because they've all revolved around what's Jericho gonna do.
True.
Even his last one, it was like, oh, what's Jericho gonna do? It's an average match against Roman Reigns, and Jericho's useless in a cage.
Yep. Yep.
But like I said, Baron Corbin could be really good in the future when he's ready, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Fair enough. I could see him beating Ambrose, having an Intercontinental title run to kind of get him stabilized, and that would work. I think that's going to be a good idea.
Well, I will make a prediction for the next pay-per-view, just because I
Okay.
may not be on when it's here. I'm not sure yet. It
Okay.
depends what happens the next day. But I'm thinking Kevin Owens is winning.
Okay.
He's not losing to Brock at that house show like people thought.
Hmm.
I don't know if Goldberg's going to interfere or what, and then Brock will interfere in the Goldberg one, or whichever way it's going to play out. Even if he wins by DQ, I see Kevin Owens walking out champion, and I see it being that's there just to make people think he's going to easily lose the title. Boo. Oh, okay.
Hmm. Interesting.
Because Brock v. Goldberg doesn't need the title, and who the
No.
fuck benefits if they put the title on Brock or Goldberg?
True. I'm just leaning that way because Goldberg set up the whole Royal Rumble thing of I'm going to go be champion again. So that's just wondering if they might at least tease it, even if they don't pull the trigger.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's what I said. We're teasing it because he's got a title match. But I mean, it's a case of if he goes for the title and Brock costs him, Goldberg would be pissed, and that gives him a reason
That would
to
work. Yeah,
do again.
that would make sense.
He could still end up winning. I mean, it's not 100% guaranteed, obviously, anyway. But
Yeah.
no, I just wanted to throw that out there.
No, that works. We'll see how that plays out. That'll be interesting.
But yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, the Elimination Chamber. It was an okay pay-per-view. There was some really good matches, but there was
Yeah.
some really why is this here matches.
Yeah.
Or oh, you've done this terribly wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a hell of a lot better than any of the Raw pay-per-views.
Oh yeah.
It's better, and it was better than Takeover.
Mm-hmm. Takeover's problem is they've cannibalized all the NXT stars, and now they got to build new ones.
Takeover's main problem was it didn't have an interesting world champion.
Ah.
Sorry, NXT's main championship mode, at least to me, is dull as hell. It's almost as dull as the Kurt Hawkins match.
Ouch.
The match quality is good, but there's no reason for me to care.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, that was my thing. It's still pretty good, and it's one of the better pay-per-views. It's just it's got a lot of problems. It's not perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I will say I generally enjoyed the entire pay-per-view. I thought there were a lot of good matches. There were some weak points here and there, but overall, it was really enjoyable to watch, and it was a good pay-per-view. It did what it needed to do. I mean, very few pay-per-views are going to be perfect, but this did a really good job pulling its weight and being an excellent final stop for the SmackDown guys on the road to WrestleMania. So they did a good job. It was a great pay-per-view.
Yeah, and as I was saying then, I was saying it didn't need to be perfect. I was just saying, considering the high bar SmackDown set recently,
Right, that's true.
Since it's gotten SmackDown Live, this is the worst pay-per-view.
Okay.
But like I said, it was still enjoyable. It works out okay. If you have to go star system or whatever, it's like a 3.5 pay-per-view.
I can agree with that. That's about right. All right. So this has been the Elimination Chamber. Of course, coming up in a few weeks is Fastlane. We'll see who's going to be here to take a look at that. Hopefully, we do have Richter Hammer for that one. We shall see.
And it's only called Fastlane because Goldberg's matches need to be over in 3 minutes or he gets winded.
Ah. Did you just say 3 minutes?
No, I said 2 minutes 99 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Just 2.99.
That would be funnier if there were 100 seconds in a minute, but there's only 60.
It doesn't matter. That was part of the joke.
Oh.
Due to the fact 3 minute warning are already dead, so your reference makes no sense.
Only one of them's dead.
The other one's kind of dead.
Okay, then.
I swear both are dead.
No, Rosie's still around. Because Jamal was Umaga.
Yeah. I thought Rosie died before Umaga.
No, Rosie's still around, as far as I know.
Oh.
But anyway, this has been the Elimination Chamber, and we'll see you next time, folks. Peace.
Yep. Elimination Chamber.